Hello, 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 and welcome back to Inside Upstaged, a video series where we are interviewing the cast and crew of Upstaged. With me today is Courtesy. Hello, welcome to Inside Upstage. How are you doing today?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good. I have the day off today, so I'm just catching up on some cuddles with my kitty cats.
Oh, as you should. They always hate it when you're gone for too long. You need to
Right?
spend all of your time with them, always. So I get that.
Mhm.
So Courtesy, you are an actor on Upstage, but you're also a production assistant, yes?
That's correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit what it's been like to be a production assistant on Upstaged.
Um, it's oddly nostalgic. I've worked as a production assistant before out in Vancouver, so it's nice to get my beak wet again, as it were. It's an enjoyable process being able to work with local artists, and I enjoy working with Michael and Faye. I originally got involved with them through a play called 448 Psychosis by Sarah Kane, and then again with the Adele Winnie monologues. And we've been looking for an opportunity to work together again. And when Upstaged came up, uh, I originally auditioned, and then they propositioned me with a cast uh, um, opportunity, and so I figured, why not? And I'm grateful I took it. Um, it's really nice to be able to wear different hats on set
Hmm.
because it makes it a lot more varied. It's not like I'm doing the same thing every day.
Right.
There's, yeah, there's a lot to do in a good way, which I enjoy. And so I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Um, Tell me a little bit about your character as an actor on Upstaged and the audition process.
Sure. So the character I'm playing, they are named Danica. They are a non-binary dancer. So in terms of inspiration, I've been watching a few interviews with David Bowie. I thought about looking into David from Schitt's Creek. Um, Also Tilda Swinton in terms of like the non-binary aspect. And a smidgen, this is probably going to sound weird, but vocally, a smidgen of Mark Hamill's Joker from the 1990 animated. Now, I just
Okay.
say a smidgen just because I'm trying to go with a cheerfulness, and I find that there's like obviously that animated character is a little unhinged, so I'm not going for that aspect, but there is a vocal range that that character has that I find really appealing. So, anyway, that's what I'm drawing from in terms of inspiration.
That's
And then,
awesome.
thank you. And in terms of manners and idiosyncrasies, I was just made a little like character sheet where, I imagine that they're cheerful. Internally, they might be insecure just from what they've gone through in the past to be able to get where they are today. But externally, they exhibit this confidence where they are sure of themselves and that they've proven themselves. And so I'm hoping to be able to play with that dichotomy. I'm trying to consider whether or not they have a slight accent, and I'll get into that in a moment. Other than that, I do think that the character would have a higher vocal range, but not, um, not up here by by any means, but um, a little bit higher than what I'm used to. Some may see them as being smug, but I see them as being compassionate and sure of themselves.
Hmm.
Um, they I would conceive this character as rarely letting others know their true feelings because they've built this facade, and that's where that dichotomy of insecurity but confidence comes in. And at the end of the day, they are highly performative. They are a dancer. They identify strongly with that, right? And so I'm currently debating about the origin of their accent because, in my mind, it makes sense that it developed as a part of Danica after um, leaving behind the moniker of Dan as their new persona, which might slip back and forth a little bit throughout the production when they do feel insecurity rising to the surface. And that accent would be a way of completely leaving behind who they were and reinventing themselves, as it were. Those are just some of the notes I made in my head about this character. I'm really excited to play it. Being part of the transgender community, It's an umbrella term under which non-binary falls, and so I'm really interested in some representation in that sense. As for the audition process, um, it I didn't know obviously that I was going to get the character. I auditioned for a few, right, and I felt like I was just kind of casting a wide net. I auditioned for a few characters, and I'm being honest here, I don't recall the other characters I auditioned for. I think I went into it assuming, okay, if I audition for characters that I know I'm going to be bad at, relatively speaking, I'll look good at the character I am auditioning for that I actually want. That's my strategy in retrospect, looking at it, you know?
Hmm.
So thankfully, I did get the character Danica, which I'm really happy for. The audition process, as most audition processes I've gone through with Shadowbox, was very opening, welcoming, and accommodating. And here we are.
No, that's awesome. That's very exciting. I love how much thought you've put into the character of Danica and all of that inspiration there. That's it's really lovely to see the process, like your process as an actor. It's very cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's awesome. What I would love to ask now is why you think Upstaged is important for the Windsor-Essex area.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think for one, being a local film, or sorry, a local television show, it's important to be able to get exposure for local artists. Two, with the closure of uh, is it U Windsor Players, right?
University players, yes.
Yeah, university players, which is unfortunate. I think it makes it even more important for artists, local artists, to be able to have an opportunity, a venue, and a platform to be able to display their immense talent. Because I do believe that there are a lot of immensely talented artists in this region, right? And
Hmm.
being given that platform, I think, is really going to help other people understand that and see that. You know,
Absolutely.
um, personally, I always look forward to the opportunity of being able to work in the arts, and especially in front of the camera. I think it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure. So.
I love that. I love that. And yes, Upstaged is employing more than 50 artists when it comes to cast and crew. It's this really beautiful community that we're an amalgamation of all of these different types of artists. You have the theater artists, you have people who have just done film, you have your musicians, your sound, and your cameramen. It's really wonderful to see all of these different people come together and work on this inherently Windsor production. It's really wonderful. And it's wonderful that everybody is going to be paid, which, quick little thing, everybody, we are still working on fundraising for Upstage. So if you would like to support this amazing opportunity for artists, just head over to our website. There is a tab for fundraising, and you can go there and you can donate as much as or as little as you would like. You will get a tax receipt when you hit a certain, I think it has to be at least $20. You're going to get a tax receipt for that. So really cool thing there. And we appreciate all of it. We appreciate all of the support. It's wonderful and amazing. Thank you for that. Okay, moving on. Was keeping in the same realm. We talked about all of the wonderful artists that we have in Windsor, Essex. Is there an artist, a particular artist that you want to shout out, or a theater company you'd love to shout out? Doesn't have to be theater, anything like that.
Well, I'm not going to bite the hand that feeds, so I do feel like it would be important of me to shout out Shadowbox Theater for giving me this opportunity,
Mhm.
right? And because they do put on a wide array of very thought-provoking performances, right? I think it's a wonderful venue that this community has. On top of that, I do have a local band in mind named
Ooh,
Stone.
okay.
They are up and coming. They've been doing some local performances, and they've been working really hard with their rehearsals. So I'd just like to do a little shout out there. They're more of like a classic rock band, and then they have some of their own more alternative originals that they do, but they do a lot of covers as well. really enjoyable performances, and the lead singer is a great friend of mine. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. So those are the two shout outs I would like to do. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I didn't know about that band, so that's very exciting.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the questions that we're asking everybody.
Sure.
And some of these are hard. Well, they're hard for some people, but first question, what is your favorite comedy series?
Uh, I think for me, what comes to mind is probably Dan Harmon's Community. That's one of my
Mm,
favorite comedy series. I really enjoy that even going back to it now, it's aged really well. It has a phenomenal cast, incredibly quick-witted writing. Um, and it's oftentimes like when I was in university, the English professors would often say that comedy always has a victim. And I find that in Community, a lot of times it's victimless comedy. It's
mhm.
not like it's beating up on any one group or person or thing. It's genuine humor and it's wholehearted and it's ridiculous at times, and I love it.
That's awesome. I've seen some episodes of Community. I haven't seen it all the way through, but everything that I have seen has been very funny. Okay, what is your favorite comedy film?
Well, I just rewatched The Birdcage not too long ago with a friend of mine, and uh, I don't know. There's something about that movie that just has a special place in my heart. I just find the satire in it um, to be really enjoyable. The politics of that movie. Um, Again, Robin Williams, Nathan Lane are together, wonderful together. Um, it originally was a French play, I believe, and so it has a certain je ne sais quoi to it that I just
Mm.
enjoy.
Oh, I love that. I haven't seen that. So I'll have to add it to my list.
Wonderful.
I'm doing these interviews. I have grown. My list of movies I need to watch in the comedy realm has grown because it turns out I've seen not a lot. I have not seen a lot. So
That's okay. Let me know if you do get around to watching it, because I know that you're quite busy. If you do get around to watching it, let me know what you think.
I will, absolutely. Okay, so I think that as we're wrapping this up, just is there anything else you want to add about Upstage and your experience?
I just want to say thank you to both Faye and Michael for giving me the opportunity to work both in front of and behind the camera. It means a lot to me. Statistically, people in my community can have trouble finding work, so it means a lot that they have given me this olive branch, as it were, and I just want to be able to prove myself.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy that this community is such a the arts community as a whole is such an typically an accepting community. So it's really wonderful, and I'm so happy that you're involved in the production, and yeah, we're gonna keep working on awesome things.
That's right.
So thank you so much, Courtesy, for hanging out with me today. And everyone, don't forget to head over to the website to click on that fundraising tab and help make Upstage happen. Help these wonderful artists and filmmakers and everybody, and help Courtesy's cat. Um, thank you so much, and everyone have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Take care.